Hello stock stalkers, welcome back to the channel. First trading week of the new year and it was very interesting. In this video I will analyze the market index, where it is currently and where it can go potentially. Also I will analyze some stocks that are looking very interesting to trade coming week. With that, let's start the video. This is the daily chart of Dubai Financial Market Index. Let's analyze and let's have a quick recap. Previously, as I had mentioned, market took a support around 3120, strong resistance is around 3280 zone. After the bounce from support zone, immediate hurdle was 3200, that is strong psychological and technical resistance. Market cleared this zone but not in one go obviously. It spent some time right at the resistance zone and then eventually it made a breakout. We could see a bearish candle here right into the resistance, meaning this is seller's zone. But after spending some time, market broke to the upside. This red candle was a bit scary. This is the place where Fed had announced their new monetary policy, but then market recovered in Thursday's session. This candle looks very promising and it's ready to fly up. As I mentioned, strong resistance for now is 3280. Coming back to support, obviously 3200 will be a strong support for the market. In case market comes down for a retest, then we have another support zone around 3170 in case if market wants to come down further, and then obviously 3120 is a strong support. Most likely I am bullish bias, so I think market should cross the resistance in coming days. Let's check out some stocks that can be traded coming week. First is GFH, one of my favorite stock. After the breakout of this symmetrical triangle pattern right here, it made a strong move to the upside. And what do we expect after a strong move to the upside? Market always comes back for a correction, and if bulls are still active, it will cross the previous resistance right here. So we are expecting a similar kind of pattern here, a strong push to the upside, market came back for a correction, and now we are expecting to clear this resistance that is around 1.35 and make a new high. Something very interesting here, market took support right here. Let me mark the zone. This was the previous swing. We can see long wick at the top indicating this is a seller's zone. Market took support right here at the same place, and in Thursday's session, interestingly, what we are seeing is a nice engulfing candle. This is a very strong candle. After this, we expect market to move to the upside. Now the criteria here is, in Monday's session, market should not open with a gap down. 1 point or 2 point, it's fine, but it should not gap down like more than 3 points. Also at the same time, if it opens with a huge gap up, market will be just volatile. We can't expect it to cross the resistance. So the best scenario will be, let the market open flat right here. Say for example 1.29, 1.28 or 1.30 is fine, and it will try and cross the resistance. Why is it? Because still there are not many people who are making money right here. So profit booking cannot be expected. This is profit booking. This red candle is obviously a profit booking or a correction. At this level, many people will enter the stock who have missed this long move to the upside. I'm still holding this stock, looks very good. My first target is around 1.40. Let's see how it performs coming week. Then we have DR. I have been posting about DR on my Instagram as well. After the breakout of this symmetrical triangle pattern, which is bullish, market is just hovering around the resistance. Resistance is at 0.498. I'm very positive market will break to the upside. I was expecting a breakout in Wednesday's session, but here Fed announced their new monetary policy that might come into effect in coming months, so market reacted negatively and then immediately market recovered. This is a very good sign. Now let me share something very interesting with you. I can see pattern within a pattern, so the impact can be very good. As it is, the target for this symmetrical triangle pattern is the height of this triangle. We plot it to the upside. So the first target, obviously we are looking somewhere around 0.600. Now please note that market will not just shoot to the upside like this. It will go in phases. It will push up, come back for a correction, push up, come back for a correction, and then finally it will hit the target. Second pattern that I can identify is inverted head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, here is the head, and this is the right shoulder. So we are seeing a symmetrical triangle pattern. Within that pattern, we are seeing an inverted head and shoulder. So the impact that I am expecting should be bigger than this one, and I think it will soon cross 0.600. In Monday's session, if it opens flat, when I say flat, it means yesterday's closing was 0.497, right here. So if it opens somewhere around 0.498 or 0.499, it's still fine, but it should not open with a huge gap down that is around 0.480 or 0.485. In that case, if it opens with a huge gap down, this will become a resistance. At the same time, if it opens with a huge gap up, say for example, if it opens at 0.510 or 0.515, then market won't be able to push any higher because market will become volatile. It will come down at the previous closing that will act as a support, and it will just keep moving around here. So the best scenario that I want to see in Monday's session is let the market open flat. More buyers will be attracted once it crosses 0.500. Many investors will be attracted to take a long position. First target is around 0.525 and then 0.540. I'm still holding DR in very good quantities. I'm planning to offload everything somewhere around here, that is 0.540. Let's hope it performs as per our plan coming week. DFM. This stock is also looking very interesting after the breakout of this trend line right here. We can see market push to the upside, but it could not sustain the gains. It closed at 2.84, but very next day it opened with a gap down. That is the reason, as I just mentioned in the case of DR, when a stock pushes to the upside, it should sustain. If it opens with a gap down, now the previous high will act as a resistance and market will be volatile. As of now, it's showing some good signs of recovery. So all these candles are within the previous candle right here. This is the upper range and this is the lower range. A strong resistance for now is at 2.70. I think it will cross the resistance and touch the previous high, that is 2.84. And in case if it comes down, a support zone is around 2.53. Next is Emaar Properties, a very good stock fundamentally and technically as well. After the breakout of this triangle pattern, right here we can see it's been moving up. Let me just draw this triangle pattern. This is a symmetrical triangle pattern. It broke to the upside. It came back for a retest. A retest is obviously successful, as we can see a nice green candle in Thursday's closing. So if you have bought Emaar already, where are your targets? So we can highlight the previous swings. This is our resistance zone. First resistance is around 5.10, and then we have a major resistance around this area, that is 5.30. So you can expect market to slowly cross this resistance and then move to the upside. A strong resistance, as I just mentioned, is around 5.30. This should be your final target if you have already entered Emaar at 4.95 zone. Amanat. I had mentioned about this stock also on my Instagram. As of now, we can see it's following this trend line right here. At the same time, we are seeing it's making higher highs and higher lows. My recommendation for this stock was when it crossed this resistance, that is around 1.14, and my recommendation to take profit was the first resistance, that is 1.20. Second target is 1.25, that is the previous swing. At the same time, we can see it have made a bearish candle. This candle is inverted hammer candle. It means there are plenty of sellers sitting here. After hitting the target, it have retraced. It did not sustain, clearly indicating bulls are getting weaker. So if you still did not book your profit, keep a tight stop loss around 1.14. So in case if it comes down and goes further, at least you can be out at break even. Otherwise, this is still looking good. It can go up further. Dubai Islamic Bank in a very strong uptrend. We can see it's maintaining its higher highs and higher lows. Yes, there was a bit correction phase here and then again it recovered. We can also see a bullish chart pattern here. This is inverted head and shoulder. As of now, it's maintaining its higher high and also it's respecting this trend line. Last week's closing was very good. We can see a nice bullish candle right here, wick at the bottom indicating big buying pressure. Also the previous candle is a hammer candle. It means buyers are holding this zone. 5.43 is good support for now. If you have purchased DIB, your target should be the previous swing high, and also it's a strong resistance. We have seen a double top kind of pattern here. So obviously we can see some negative reaction when it comes back to retest for the third time. Your target should be around 5.60. Guys, if you're learning something out of this video, do not forget to support the channel, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Last week I had shared my analysis on Emirates NBD Bank. Currently it's still within this range. In my previous analysis, I had mentioned we are seeing a green hammer candle. It's right between the support and resistance, so we are just waiting for a breakout. That's the reason I say never get excited or never get a FOMO to buy a stock. Right after this candle, I'm sure many of you have bought the stock thinking this is a bearish candle. Second day, it also opened with a gap up, but check what? we can see a dodgy candle. Dodgy means indecisiveness. There are two scenarios to trade this one. First, let it cross this swing, that is 13.80. Your target should be very small right here at 14.25 because this is a strong resistance. At the same time, we can see market have spent so many days here. Sellers are getting weaker and weaker. This zone is not as strong as it should be because it have been tested so many times. Now talking about Thursday's closing, this candle is not very good. This is a bearish candle. Now this is getting more stronger. Why is that? First one is obviously we are seeing an inverted hammer candle. This is bearish, and then we are seeing a bearish engulfing candle. But at the same time, we can see it's respecting this trend line. So there are good chances if buyers want to hold this level right here, that is around 13.40, buyers should get activate and push the market to the upside. Else we can see market coming down, that is around 13.10, that is a support zone for now. In case if this support zone is not holding, we can expect it to come down further. That is a strong support. We can see previously buyers are sitting here. Whenever it touches this support zone, it pushes to the upside again. So we can have a similar kind of scenario. I hope this does not happen because when Emirates NBD falls down, market index comes down as well because this stock is very heavy weighted. Let's have our scenarios. Let me remove the drawings. Now ideal scenario would be, let it make an inside candle. Inside candle means it should open with a gap up and most likely it closes within the previous candle's range. This is scenario 1, so that we can expect some bullishness in coming days. Scenario number 2, if it opens with a gap up, I would expect it to close above the previous candle so we can see bullishness in the market. Still, this is not ready for a buy. Let the big boys buy first and we follow them. We should not make a first move. We should always make first move to cut our losses. Also, we can see a bearish chart pattern here. Market moved to the upside. It came back. Again, it tried to cross the resistance. It could not. So this can be a double top kind of pattern. This is bearish. The only hope here that I can see is the trend line. Market is respecting the trend line. But in case if it drops below 13.30, market will straight away come down around 13.05 and also 13. And then, as I mentioned, we can expect a retest of this lower range, that is around 12.80. That's it guys. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Keep stalking.